Hello my brothers and sisters, how are you? This is Teacher Kaitesi. I hope all is well with you. Today I have a message, and we need to be very keen. Don't relent. If you're cleansing, cleanse. If you're purifying yourself, purify yourself. Let's get very serious. This has become very spiritual. This is the very last thing that is happening. Sincerely, it is the very last thing. This is why we have to be very careful. Now, these people who took our power, took our magic, took our energy, and used it for themselves, have now realized that the witchcraft is not working. The magic is not working for them anymore. The magic is not working for them anymore because we are calling it back. And please don't stop calling back your energy. Don't stop calling back your energy. Call your energy wherever it is. From any article that it may be in, anything that was once yours, whether it was hair, nails, clothes, shoes, anything that was yours has power within it. Call it back. Call it back. Call your energy wherever it is in, any article that it may be in, that it comes back to you. Continue to call. They are shaking. They are losing. They are losing. Spirit showed me that now these people have decided to use other people, innocents, to help them in the battle, because they've realized that on their own they can't manage us anymore. We are collecting back what is ours, and it rightfully is ours, so it's coming back. Now they want to do something in our lives that will cause us to have to get in touch with them. Okay? For example, Spirit told me they may make you lose a child. Now attacking you is not working, so they are going to attack those around you that you care about. They want to cause you problems so that you reach out to them. A spouse, a child has maybe a problem, maybe they get sick, maybe they get an accident, maybe they die, something happens, or your business falls, or your job or something falls, so that you reach out to them as family. They want you to reach out to them. The reason why they want us to reach out to them is so that they can have one last chance to try and convince us that what we are doing is wrong. They want to teach us that what we are doing is what is wrong. That's not how God works. Imagine they want to convince us on how to communicate with our Father. They want to convince us that they know more than us. They've derailed themselves to the level that they actually think that they understand God more than us. Most of these that I'm talking about are mostly those who are in the church. The church has two types of people presently: those that are unsuspecting, the innocents, and those that are fully grown witches and wizards. Now, those witches and wizards usually are the ones that are in charge. Okay? They're in charge of these places of worship. So now they've realized that their energy, the energy that they stole from us, is no longer working. Now they have cried out to their masses, to their congregations, and they are telling them how they are under attack by family members. They are crying out and saying, we are under attack. I'm being attacked by my own sister. I'm being attacked by my own brother. My cousin is the one sending things on me. This is happening in my family. My business is falling apart. This is happening. And they are blaming it on us, like we are the ones doing something to them. Yet all we are doing is taking back what belongs to us. Okay? So the reason they want these masses to give them their energy. You see, every time someone asks you to pray with them and say that my wife is doing this, please help me to pray, you are giving them your energy. What they do with your energy is up to them. When you agree to pray with someone, you have given them your energy. They may use it for good, they may use it for bad. You can't know. You cannot know a man or a woman by simply what they have told you. No. So for you, you find yourself that you're giving someone your energy and they're fighting against their sister or their brother, yet they are the ones who are being unjust to them. So they have asked these masses, their congregation, their people, to give them support, to support them during the time, to pray for them, that God covers them from the devil. Now they have turned us into the devil. Okay? So this is what God told us to do. These houses of worship are always built on the pretext that they are our Father's places of worship. That's what they claim. And this is why every church at the beginning, when the church was being started, there was always a son or a daughter of the Most High. One of us was always there. One of us was always there. It's just that sooner than later, as the church grows and the congregation becomes big, slowly the son or daughter of God is slowly moved away. And with time, you even move further away until one day you're forgotten that you were there at the beginning of that place. So these places, all the foundation is upon us, children of the Most High. So claim that power. During your meditation, say that nothing evil shall come upon you when it has been done in the house of your Father. Say, even if you've chased me from the house of my Father, even if you have taken the bigger position in the house of my Father, you will not make people come up against me. Evil shall not come upon me from the house of my Father. Evil meetings will not be held in the house of my Father, and they come up against me. Evil shall not come against me when it has been planned in the house of my Father. Please make sure you claim that is your Father's house. Every place of worship is your Father's house. No one should be able to send negative energy towards you when they have done it in the house of the Lord. Our Father wants us to claim this power, because all these houses were started on our energy, us as the foundation. Now they want to use the same place where we were the ones that started it. They want to use the innocents, the people who are there, who do not know what is happening. They want to use their energy in the house of the Lord to fight against us. Please stand your ground. That is your Father's house. No evil shall come upon you when it is being orchestrated in your Father's house. Claim it. Pray it. Meditate on it. No child of yours will be taken, no spouse of yours, no business, no work, nothing of yours is going to fall when this has been planned in your Father's house. Let them go back to their little witch doctors in their hearts where they go and do their things. They are not going to do it in the house of the Lord. This one we are not going to allow. Okay? They want to have you there at a funeral with sadness, and then they start convincing you that you're the one who's doing wrong, that you're the one who has strayed away from God. That's what they want. They want to tell us that we have strayed away from God. That look at what has happened. It's because you've been going wrong. You've been praying wrong. You've gone astray. Now look at the things that have started happening to you. They are trying to convince you one last time to see if you can just believe that they are the ones who are in the right. They are not in the right, brother. They are not in the right, my sister. Stand your ground. That is your Father's house. We don't care whether they stole the money. We don't care whichever way they funded the church. They claimed that was the house of our Father. So we claim it. No evil shall come upon us when it has gone through the house of the Lord. It shall not. And this is something, a couple of years ago, there was this gentleman that started, he had a place where he used to pray from, a small main hall, small, just to be used for small community meetings and stuff like that. He used to rent it out. So this gentleman rented it. He had been having a cell at his house where people would come together and pray, and he had spirit, very strong spirit. Because you pray with this gentleman and you could feel a change. Change was happening with people who were praying with him. So they hired that small main hall, paid for some little money. It wasn't really working much. So the owner allowed that they could use it. Now, the church grows, because, the guy had spirit. I started going there when there were around 15, 16 people. The guy would tell us, let's pray today and call more people. And we would call more people and pray and ask more people who are out there in the wilderness, not knowing where to go, to come and find us, and we pray together. And the church grew, So when we are somewhere at around 50 people, the owner of the hall starts seeing that he can do this. You see, everybody these days thinks that they can be a pastor. You understand? He felt that he could do this because this main hall belonged to him. Okay? He felt like even if this guy went away, people would still have to come there for prayer. So he can carry it on. So he started asking that guy who was in charge of the prayers, that he wants to come in. Of course, he would sit in front. Then every once in a while, he would give a word, preach a bit, and such and such. But the guy felt that this guy's spirit was wrong. He said this guy's spirit, he doesn't feel right with it. So he started having conflicts with the owner of the hall. Now, at the same time, there was a lady that I knew in our community with her husband. She was a friend to a relative of mine, an aunt. And this woman was practicing witchcraft. Not that we knew her as a bad woman or anything, but that was her thing. She goes to witch doctors, wizards for, her problems. That's how she solves her problems. So this woman, her mother-in-law had come to live with them. She had been given birth, so the mother-in-law came to live with them. And the mother-in-law didn't want to leave. She was staying alone. So she wanted to stay. But the wife was tired of her because she didn't feel comfortable staying with her mother-in-law. I don't know, other family-related issues. Anyway, she wanted the woman to leave. The woman didn't want to leave. Now, it goes that the woman claims that her mother-in-law was practicing witchcraft in her home, and so she was beginning to take control over the home. That she would tell the son what to do, and the son would do it. The son was no longer listening to his wife. So the wife decides that her usual witch doctor wasn't managing the situation. She goes to look for a different one that they had told her about. She finds this witch, they do their things. Then the husband turns against his mother and chases her away and tells her to leave, that they will be coming to visit her. He will no longer have her in his home. Anyway, some things happened and it led to her being sent away. Now, the woman was very happy. She said, this new woman, they told me she had power, but now I've seen it, she has power. Okay? Now, fast forward. This same woman wants to sell a piece of land. It's quite a distance. And she wants a lot of money out of it. So she's talking to my aunt, and she's like, I'm failing to sell this piece of land, and I need this money, and her usual magic wasn't working with her witches and stuff. She needs something different. So our aunt tells her about our pastor of our little small church where we are going, which is growing. Tells her that this man is a man of God. He has power. When he prays for you, things truly happen. The woman says, church is not my thing. Those things don't work. She tells her, you come and try. So she takes her. They pray. The woman, I remember the day she came, everything that was pending in church, she paid for it. This is needed, she paid. This is needed, everything. She had money. So the pastor, of course, is happy that somebody has come in the congregation who can manage. Because before it seemed it was just people with problems. We had spirit and soul, but we didn't really have money. So we couldn't solve a lot of the problems. Now, remember, we're having problems with the owner of the main hall. So this woman, couple of weeks as she's coming. The pastor is praying for her, telling her, but also you have things which you're following, which are not right. She's like, I'm going to stop doing those things. What? I was misled. What could I do? My mother-in-law wasn't leaving my home. Anyway. So the guy says, okay, please leave those things. God doesn't like what you're doing, blah, blah. Anyway, I guess also the money is compromising him. Then the woman tells him, if you're having problems here, I know another place which is bigger than this, is better, and the owners won't disturb us so much. Then she says, but then she takes him and shows him the place. The guy likes the place. It's bigger, it's better. They negotiate with the owner. Then the woman tells him that if you can pray for me through the end, like you said, I can sell this land, I will help pay for the first 5 months, and then you people can pay me slowly as you collect the money. Okay? So the guy says, me? He prays for her. He takes his time, he does fasting and what? Apparently, the woman, the mother-in-law, had locked most of their things, so she couldn't sell because supposedly she had done something on the piece of land. So anyway, the guy removes whatever was happening there. He even went to the land. They went around it, prayed, and so on and so on. And then the land sold. After the land sold, truthfully, she gave him the money and he paid for 5 months rent for the new place. Services started. Things went on. Of course, as you started in a new place, more chairs, curtains, this, that. So the money as it was coming in, it was doing all these other things. Of course, the chick now is sitting in front. She's a very important member of the congregation. She's an usher, she's this, slowly she's a deacon, slowly she has a word, Then I'm watching this. I'm part of this church as all this is happening. Like I told you, you must be attentive. Everywhere the Lord takes us is to learn. Our work is not really so much to do a lot there, but to observe and learn. So I'm learning. I know the woman very well. She's in the community where I've been staying. I know her through my aunt. I know her. I know this gentleman. We've been praying together for a while. I'm watching. The new place goes on. Anyway, this woman, I think, starts bringing in her people, her kind of people, because the place for me got to a point where I failed to go. The energy became so tense. I had too much pain. For me, when a place has too many spiritual things, I get migraines. So that the headaches were going out of hand for me. And the pastor was praying for me and it wasn't working anymore. So I said, you know what? Let me forgive myself. I started watching from the sidelines. My aunt keeps going. Now, the other woman, remember now she's beginning to minister in the church slowly. The months lapse, 5 months. They are not able to pay her. You know? Now she starts ministering more. She asks for more time, more this. She has a word. She got a vision. She got this. She got this. So I'm talking to my aunt asking, she's still using the witch. She's like, yeah. She said that the witch is for her family business. She cannot leave her. She continues with her witch on the sides while also doing the church work. Of course, I think by then that pastor has been blinded somehow through that woman's magic and whatever she's using under money. He's no longer talking about her and her original witch, which he saw at the very beginning when he was praying for her. He's no longer talking about it because of the problems. Somehow the guy starts having issues with his own family. You know? With his own family. With his wife and the wife's side of the family. Now he's the one who's having in-law related problems. Yeah? Anyway, energy shifting. This chick has more time. Now she brings in her husband. So now her and her husband start ministering. When the other guy is not around, the gentleman who started the church, she would minister with her husband. I'm telling you, a year later, now presently, it's her and the husband who are carrying on that church. The other guy is nowhere to be seen. Somehow the problems and the troubles in his life became so many, that no one knows where he is. No one knows what's happening with him anymore. These guys are the ones who are carrying on the church now. Every church, for me, the Lord showed me that every church that we know started on the foundation of one of his children. But sooner than later, always problems are born such that the child moves away and then these people take over, because everything is about money these days. But still, the foundation was on a child of the Most High. So whatever church that they are praying in against you, claim, tell them, tell the congregations praying in your heart. Tell them that wherever church you are in, whichever place you are praying, and you're calling it the house of the Most High, if you're sending prayers against me to harm me and my family, or all my property, or my children, or my husband, or anything of mine, it is not going to work, because that is the house of the Lord and that is my parent. No one can harm me when they have come and made their plans in my parents' house. No evil shall come upon me when it is being done and planned at my father's premise. Claim that. Please, let's pray against this. This is the only way they can lure you back into their arms. This is the only way they can lure you back into their space, to try and convince you that what you're doing is wrong, that the path you've taken is wrong, that they are the ones who are right, and yet you know them. You know them. You've seen their practices, you know their behaviors, you know them inside out. You do not need to be going back to be convinced. That is my message for today. Please, no evil shall come upon you. No evil shall be planned against you, not in the house of your father. Refuse it. And please continue to cleanse yourself and continue to call back your power, because it is working. They are panicking. It's falling apart. They are panicking. Call back what is yours from every article out there that was yours. Let it lose your power and your power comes back to you. Let them stay as they are and the world sees them as they are. So have a good day, brothers and sisters.